universe is afire with news. The dreaded King Vegeta of the Saiyan race has sired an heir. Soon to be born, the king's efforts to conceal the child have failed. His queen Akira has continuously tried to escape her bindings, her rampages being increased by the onset of childbirth, catching the eye of many alien spies who monitor the Saiyans. Few would act on such a dark plan. However, in their desperation to end the scourge of the warrior race, the people of Tamaran have solemnly vowed to destroy their sworn enemy before more worlds fall to an even more powerful Vegeta.
Paragus has selected you for this fight. Our scouts have detected that a small squad of the filthy trucks have hatched one of their schemes against my darling wife.
I'll kill you!
Ahem. It is your duty to protect her. That is an order from your king.
Some darling.
That's your queen, low class. Show some respect.
The older Saiyan took the comment very personally. He'd been past his prime for a good while now, and the fact that Paragus handpicked him for this guard squad meant he was determined to show his worth as a Saiyan. Having a low-class warrior put on the squad too served to motivate Nappa to show his best.
Let me tell you something about us low-class Saiyans. What's up, bastages? Who wants a banana?
Lobo stood in the broken entry of the castle and loaded a quadruple-barreled railgun. He shot directly at the gathered Saiyan warriors. They were shocked the strike was happening this soon, having just received the intel about the attack. It was obvious Blackfire had moved up their timetable. The inclusion of the Zarnian, however, was an added surprise. Lobo fired off his railgun as the 8 Tamaranian soldiers came zooming into the castle hall behind him. While the elite Saiyan warriors were shocked by the blitz, the low-class Bardock was the first to spring into action, immediately engaging the Princess Blackfire. This led to the rest of the warriors starting to fight on Paragus's orders. They measured each other's movements, weaving in between their own blasts and attacks, thousands of years of battle, forging them into instinctual blood brothers and sisters. Although they lacked the ferocity of the Saiyans, the invaders possessed incredible power and speed, outstripping the majority of the Saiyan warriors there and having their ace in the hole, Lobo. To him, 1,000 years of warrior evolution was just a fun night on the town.
You damn Zarbnoth! First I'll kill you, and then that demon spawn of a child, and then every last Saiyan!
Fine by me. Come at me, toots.
The Saiyans were so caught up in the battle that while they were halting the advance, the collateral damage of the battle was destroying the castle, threatening the queen and the unborn prince.
You fools! Any of these stray blasts could annihilate my paramour!
You weaklings! You don't know how to fight! This baby kicks harder than you, Paragus!
Move the battle!
Hold on to your dress, your majesty. We'll have this wrapped up in a minute.
Nappa knocked a Tamaranian out of the air, but unlike the other Saiyan warriors, he could see the king was correct. Quickly, Nappa flew down to King Vegeta and took a knee.
Those goons are too worked up to listen, boss. But I'm here. How can I serve the queen?
The king instructed Nappa to move his beloved far away from the battle. Nappa briefly considered going head-to-head with Lobo. It seemed the safer option. But Nappa had one thing above all else: loyalty. Without another second's hesitation, Nappa entered the queen's chamber, carefully moving around all the dead midwives.
Did the trucks get your midwives?
You mean the punching bags?
It was at that moment Nappa realized things were going to be even harder than he imagined. With no midwives to assist, Nappa would have to get the queen away from the battle and deliver the new prince all on his own. Nappa wasn't sure how to proceed. He knew carrying the queen was completely out of the question, and the table would make too easy a target. So, Nappa took the restraining collar around her neck, desperately searching for something to attach it to, and was relieved to see a piece of one of Lobo's chains fly through into the room, 2 severed Saiyan arms hanging off the end. Nappa, with an eager smile, fashioned it around the queen's collar and ran fast as his legs could carry him. Okara, being dragged along like a thrashing crocodile, firing off ki blasts from her mouth at any poor bystander who passed her.
Woo! Now this is much more comfortable! Die! Die! Die!
Nappa eventually managed to get the queen to safety in the most heavily fortified room on the planet, the Royal Pantry. Nappa then carefully got in front of the queen to check on the emerging prince.
Okay, now I think you're supposed to push or something?
How's that for a push? Oh, wait a minute! Ah!
Nappa came scampering back to the queen, and she was now actually pushing the prince out, when suddenly the lights in the room went dark. The battle outside was ramping up as King Vegeta saw most of his guard squad on their last legs. They'd managed to outfight the majority of Tamaranians, but Blackfire and Lobo still stood. Bardock was hit with a starbolt from Blackfire directly into his face, blood gushing from the attack. But the real problem was the bounty hunter. He was relentless, and now he was approaching King Vegeta directly.
I was hired to take out your kid, that's whatever. But hey, Lucio could use a new skull ornament. And your forehead's pretty friggin' big.
Till my last breath is drawn, I'll not let you lay a finger on my son or my queen!
Kill him! Then I'll give you a real fight!
King Vegeta activated his trump card and blasted a powerful ball of energy straight through the ceiling of the castle into the upper atmosphere. And all across planet Vegeta, the Saiyan race looked up and began to transform.
Quick! Kill the Saiyans before they transform!
Are you yanking me, broad? You hired me to deal with a baby and his smoking ma. I didn't sign up to take on a planet of Ozarus.
With that, Lobo whistled for Lucille and quickly left the planet before the Great Apes could attack him. Blackfire, however, foolishly stayed and tried to fight beside what few remained of her men. But Bardock in his Great Ape form blasted her away into the night sky with one gigantic beam. The planet of Ozarus began to fight amongst themselves with no foe to focus on. But luckily, King Vegeta was one of the few who could maintain his senses while in Great Ape form. He destroyed the false moon, then ran to go check on the love of his life. Barging into the pantry, the king was filled with horror as he saw Okra bent over, devouring a lump of meat.
No. Don't tell me. You've eaten our baby?
Tempting, but the squirts with Ananias sent. Feel much better now. Guy's not bad.
Okara approached her child, being cradled by Nappa, and gave him a small punch to the face before walking off to go train.
You delivered him? I guess I kinda did, boss. Just like you asked. Wasn't that hard, and, well, I just got a feeling. On a night when the whole planet's gone berserk, this little guy hasn't cried once. He's gonna be so strong, yeah.
Nappa passed the newborn prince to his father. Then, King Vegeta struck Nappa down to his knees. Nappa looked up in confusion as King Vegeta reached out to the fallen Saiyan.
What is your name, warrior? Nappa. Nappa. From this moment on, until you draw your last breath in battle, you shall dedicate the rest of your life to serve and protect Vegeta.
Nappa wasn't sure if he meant the sun, the planet, or the king, but he quickly realized it didn't matter. He would fight for all of them. The old Saiyan had finally found his purpose.
Yes.
Hi everyone, Sid2 here. Nice to be back in the editing spot for a short video here. This was quite elaborate, so I want to say thanks to everyone that watched, but also major thanks to everyone that helped with all the character designs and voice cast and everything. But if you weren't aware, you can actually see the process of this episode being written. We did this as a live stream special event. It was super fun. It's taken entirely too long to come out, but here we are, and I will leave a link to that in the description. Until next time, have fun, geeks.